I haven't played a main in at least 6 years. When I did, I got to maybe 2k total, then gave up and played a UIM. I maxed that account, moved onto an iron and maxed that account too, and I was one of the best to ever do it, as long as you have a very slim and permissive definition of what best means and what it actually was. I started a hardcore too, but then I moved to the countryside with terrible internet, so that account is now in a holding pattern for a while. Now though, I have a weird little itch to make some GP and do it all from scratch. Every main I've played since OSRS launched was funded by GP I made and swapped between accounts and games starting all the way back in like 2005. So I thought it might be fun to actually start from zero and see what that's like these days. Step 1, obviously, is the free 10k from the Stronghold of Security. It's as evergreen now as it was when I was but a wee child on the school computers. Boots! Free profit from the bots, you love to see it. Now it's time to make even more profit. This is going to be interesting. We're just going to follow some wiki guides, yay! It's going to be a little bit annoying for a little while doing hop shopping to make money, but the wiki says Brian's Archery Supplies is a good shop to make money at, so we're going to do that. We're going to sell maple longbows, go back to the GE, buy maple longbows, and then sell maple longbows, and then go back to the GE, and over until we make some money. I basically just need enough to get some crafting levels, and I can do some like AFK methods of making money. I can do gold bracelets and stuff like that. But if I want to make a bond in free-to-play, which I've never done before, the only thing I have to do is make money. So we're gonna make money. Now, obviously, the best laid plans of mice and etc. always go Irie, so the best moneymaker on the wiki was, as usual, botted to all hell. Of course, I didn't want to be outdone by the AI overlords, so I kept trying to buy things that weren't being overstocked while also chopping trees because the logs were 100 GP each. The plan was to use the log money to buy more archery supplies, but honestly, hop shopping is not worth it, even if it wasn't full of clankers, so I gave up on that real fast. Okay, let's see, are these actually gonna sell? Oh, hell yeah they are, and they sell over the price. Okay, so we can get Iron Axe now. With how long it takes and how little money I have to buy things, this might be better than actually selling things to the shops. I mean, there's like so few free-to-play worlds that I'm gonna be constantly running out of worlds to sell things to anyway, so I think I might just cancel these. I will go down and sell these, and probably just chop logs for a while. I can chop these ones down here and get away from the guys that are going around the side of the GE. Probably won't switch to oak logs when I hit 15, just because they are they're like half the price, which absolutely not worth it, but we'll sell these off. We'll get chopping, we'll make some money to do some crafting, and then get some even more AFK money making. Oh, never mind, gold bracelets are members, so we're gonna be chopping logs for a while, until we get some levels and figure out what else we can do. I mean, I have to get levels in it anyway at some point, right? So we can always start with woodcutting. It's a good way to do it, and it'll give us a decent bit of base GP. It's really surprising that the normal logs are still 100 GP each, and they chop in just a few ticks now with the changes to woodcutting, so it should be pretty good, I think. Or at the very least, it shouldn't be too bad. Wow, that's crazy. U-logs are 208 GP each. Normal logs are selling for like 115. And they're way quicker, so chopping normal logs is basically better GP than chopping U-logs? Insane. Of course, now that I have bought the things that no one was selling, now everyone's selling them. I think log chopping is going to be my savior here. This is not great. I mean, it's profitable, don't get me wrong, even with the annoyances, but it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Okay, 20k, it's not terrible, and it's definitely profitable, like I said, but I don't have enough money for it to be really worth it at the moment, and the bots are kinda crazy. Yo, 10 woodcutting on the way back to the GE? The lure of shop hop money kept pulling on my heartstrings, so I did give in and put in an offer to slow buy some maple shortbows, but truly, this was a waste of time, and I do come to learn that very soon, I promise. This little grove is gonna be my home for a while. Chop some logs, make some money, hopefully get out of this free-to-play hellhole at some point. It's gonna be a while though, I think. Oh, those short bows bought way quicker than I expected. 100 of them is a decent amount of profit, so... I don't know, I might do the thing where I can chop logs on the way to the archery store and put them in the deposit box, and I can chop logs on the way back. We'll see. I might be wasting time doing both, but it feels very Maine to be running around and only making money, but it's kind of fun, so that's what we're doing. 15 woodcutting? We could start doing oaks, but they're half the price of regular logs, so don't really know why I would. Okay, of course, now that I bought the thing that no one was selling, everyone is selling them, and they're selling them in stupidly high amounts, so I think I'm probably just going to sell most of the rest of these at a loss, and then go back to chopping logs. I think logs are my savior. I think woodcutting is going to be my hero, because this is a little bit ridiculous. I could just sell these off and just kind of break even. I'm going to keep trying, but there's so few worlds to hop through, and there's so many bots. And they seem to know what I want to do next and do it before I do, so... annoying. But we're still making money, technically. Okay. I did technically profit, but I think I also just wasted a huge amount of time, because I would have made more money just chopping logs instead of hopping worlds, so we're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to do the guaranteed money thing, and hope for the best. I think maybe that method might be good, to buy a couple of 100 things during, or right after updates happen. I think since I'm in England now, I'll be on when the updates go live, or at least right after, so I could do things when the bots aren't updated, but it's not going to work for most of the time, I think, which is sad, but there's not many worlds, there's too many bots, but there's tons of trees for me to chop. That's 20 woodcutting. Okay, we have the money for some axe upgrades. Whoops. We can upgrade to mithril. Woo! I was expecting it to be at least 1k. Oh, maybe it is. Oh no. Let's do it. Let's just put it in 1k. Let's see what we get. 350 GP. Not terrible. I can't wield it, but there's worse things that have happened. We're to 40k now. This is not very exciting and less it feels like less cheating than doing the archery shop selling method, but whatever, we're making money. It's good enough for now while we get some levels and some total levels, and hopefully I can make enough money to get other total levels that will get me out of the less populated free-to-play worlds while I figure out how to actually make money for a bond. 30 woodcutting. We're getting a lot of levels, we're getting a little bit of money, we're making some progress. Another 400 logs, it's time for another X upgrade. Heck yes, we can chop these already very quick to chop logs even quicker. Woo! I'll do you a favor and cut the next part of the story short here. I found a plugin called Flipping Copilot. It's supposedly AI powered and tells you what to buy when and at what price, and it's free as long as you only need to buy free-to-play items, so I figured I'd try it out. It's like, fine, as long as you basically only use it to get pricing for stuff like runes and whatever else has high trade volumes, but it seems bad for basically everything else. There's a paid version, and I'm quite happy to say it's probably not worth anyone's money. At the very least, we added a new little side moneymaker to the log chopping journey with some brainless flipping of high volume items, so that first bond on the account draws ever closer. I made a mistake. I am restricted from trading Chaos Runes until I have 10 quest points, so I think I'm gonna go and get 10 quest points. It's annoying you can buy them, but you can't sell them, whatever. Fun fact, if you actually read the text that comes up when you try to sell restricted items, it tells you you need way more than just 10 quest points, and actually you need 20 hours in-game as well. But I didn't read, and instead went off to get 10 quest points in the hopes that I could recoup my losses. Learn to read, folks. It could save your life one day. We finished with Shaun the Sheep, and we can get back to the GE now. Yay! 2025 and there's still 1 million bots killing chickens. Isn't it amazing? Oh, I'm done. I thought it was or 20 hours and 0 minutes in the game, but it's 10 quest points and 20 hours and 0 minutes in the game, so we'll be hanging on to these for a little while longer. A little bit annoying. Whatever. They will hold most of their value, luckily. 40 woodcutting. All on normal logs, which has been very slow, but very profitable, so we're doing the free-to-play. 75 total level? Insane. It happened again. I bought coal and I can't sell it back and it's 100k. I'm so annoyed. I've been doing so well. I made like 60k profit just from the flipping while I'm chopping logs, and it's going great. And now I've lost most of my capital in coal. Really, really annoying. Ugh. I'm still close to kind of 100k-ish, and I'll get more logs at least, but it's very annoying. Joink. Yo, the first genie on the account? Heck yes. It's only reasonable to use it on woodcutting. So I'm realizing now why normal trees aren't the best money. You get more of them than you do get U-logs, but with other trees that aren't normal trees, you get forestry events. I didn't realize those were a thing in free-to-play. So I could have been getting anima bark for like felling axe handles and stuff to sell on the GE for even more money. So the next question is, how do I do that while still being able to flip? Because using the money to flip, since I'm not using it for anything else, is way better than just making money nowhere near the GE. And I can't teleport around, so I don't really know what to do. I guess I could go to the oaks down here and find a busy world with a lot of bots and just make sure I have the forester's backpack on so that the events have a chance to spawn. Would probably be better than going to Draenor and not getting anything good. You know, I'd still get the oak logs. They're only half as much as these logs, but you get the forestry events, maybe. So I'm considering. Maybe that's for tomorrow, me to worry about, though. I'm just gonna keep chopping these because it's kind of chill, actually. Here's what we'll do for now. We'll just get a rune axe because I am long past being able to use one of those. Some nice profit while we're at it. We're almost at 300k GP, which is pretty good if you ask me. What are we at with all of this stuff in the bank? Almost 500k on the first day. I'm pretty happy with it. Kinda silly doing it with normal logs, but they're not bad GP, honestly. So what's the total bank value? 474k. And that rune axe is going to be my rune axe for a long time. You know what, I will do it now. I'm just gonna run down to Draenor, get the forester's backpack, and go to World 2, I guess? Hopefully the oaks will be busy, because I want to stay around the GE, because I've made like 150k just flipping while running back and forth banking things, so I should keep doing it. The wiki is saying most of the money that comes from, well, not most, the wiki is saying a lot of the money that comes from chopping oaks is just the oak leaves, so I don't think I actually need there to be a lot of people. But the oak leaves are an extra 20k an hour on top of the little bit that oak logs are, so should be good. I think saving ticks not running between trees and stuff, and having extra run energy so I can run back and forth to the GE will be good for my GP per hour. I think it'll either even out and be more XP per hour, or I'll make a little bit more GP per hour and still be able to flip, so I think that's a good idea. I guess I'll just build up a small collection of oak leaves as I go and make a little bit of extra money. Give me that. Thank you so much. The astute among you will already know I haven't done my research, and oak leaves aren't a free-to-play item, so once again, long story short, I was wrong. I can't get oak leaves. I can't even sell oak logs on the GE because they're restricted for new accounts, so I went back to the old reliable normal logs after like 3 inventories of oak logs. At least I got a little bit of fashion out of the detour, I suppose. It got banned after the first day. This is very annoying. Bot detection is terrible. Come on, it's 2025. Yeah, we got a 2-day ban after a single day of being way too good at the game. It's not unheard of with free-to-play accounts being brand new and playing a lot. And I did put an appeal, but... Okay, I just made a new account. I know it's only a temporary ban on the other one, but like, if I'm gonna get a ding on my account, I don't know if the appeal's gonna go through. If it does, that's great. I'll just transfer any money I made on this one, and whatever, it'll be fine. Oh, I'm distracted. But I'm motivated to play at the moment, and if the appeal doesn't go through, I don't want to be playing on an account that has a false ban on the record, because then it'll happen again. Well, it won't happen again. It might happen again at some point, and then I would just get banned and not be able to play, and I think that would be kind of awful after progressing an account for a while. So, clean slate. We still don't have the 20-hour restriction lifted on this one, but we'll get back to the point we were, and hopefully not get banned, I guess. Okay, take 2. In the hopes that it'll improve my chances, I'm going to report as many bots as I can, but some of them are quite difficult to tell at the moment, but I'm doing it. I've only been in the game for 3 minutes and I've already reported like 5 different people on the way to the GE. So hopefully, even though all of my activities were disparate and different on the other account, even though I had downtime between things, and even though I was flipping and chopping logs and selling things to the archery store, apparently that makes me a bot, so I'm gonna do the same thing and report other things. I'm gonna talk in the GE, I guess. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do to help myself, but I'm gonna do something. Okay, I'm back up to 100k again, 34 woodcutting, so we're making some progress. I've been reporting a lot of bots and chatting some nonsense to people that don't respond just to try and up my odds of not getting banned again, so I'm also going to do this beginner clue I got. I don't think I can get any uniques, but I want to do multiple activities. Now that I have 100k, I'm going to do this clue, I'm going to do some quests, and occasionally keep flipping things in the background because, I mean, I've only made 11k so far, but I only started with 10k, so we're doing pretty good, I think. Of course, the second step is a Charlie the Tramp step, which is really annoying, but it adds in some difference to my wood chopping activities, so hopefully this should be helpful. This should be the casket, right? Yes, anything? 19 fire runes, wow. What a huge waste of time. Alright, I am stocked up on some very easy quest points here, so let's get it going. I'm getting deja vu. Woo! Woo! I'm getting deja vu. The bots are even doing the quests at the same time as me. I'm trying to not look like one, and everything I do has bots doing it. I hate free-to-play. Woo! Woo! More free magic levels. Woo! There we go. Got me a few free levels. I might spend a little bit of money getting, like, cooking up a little bit higher, and maybe do some mining. I just want to do things that aren't just chopping wood so that the game thinks I'm doing multiple things, but also there's bots everywhere, so everything I do could be a botted activity. I don't really know. Like, that's definitely a bot. We got tons of bots in here. Everything you do is bots and free to play, so annoying, but we're doing things. Did another beginner clue? Is it worth it? Absolutely not. That's more than the last one, though, by 40 whole GP. Wow. Another casket. Technically, it's better. Still incredibly bad, though. Okay, I'm up to 162k and 38 woodcutting now, but my flipping market has slowed down. All of the stuff I trust is no longer buying or selling, so I'm gonna do at least one more quest. I think we're gonna do Knight's Sword and get some more total levels. Might do Pirate's Treasure too. Do I need anything for that? Do a couple quests, and then I think I might do some smithing for some GP. I can make bronze bars. It's not very exciting, but it's free to play, and it'll give me some more XP, so why not? Oh, I need 10 mining for Knight's Sword. Fine, I'll do 10 mining. Ooh, that's 10 mining. I can get on with the quests. I'm gonna fill this inventory though, because I'm gonna be making bronze bars at some point anyway, so why not? The bots are really getting on my nerves. Do the fastest quest in the universe. There we go. Now we can do Knight's Sword really quick. That's Knight's Sword for a stupid amount of smithing XP. 29 smithing. Still to this day very strange you get that much, but whatever. Love to see it. And there's Pirate's Treasure, just because the steps were on the way and I'm gonna need quest points at some point anyway. We're up to 17 now. Let's go back to making some money, I guess. We'll see if the market's picked up a little bit. Actually, I don't need to worry about if the market's picked up at all, because I'm just going to make some bronze bars and we'll see. It's probably not very good money, but we'll get to the 30 smithing. We'll get another total level out of it, and then we'll see what we're going to do next, while making a little bit of money at the same time, I guess. I don't think it's a lot, but it's something. And I'm very limited on the some things that I can do in free-to-play. So if I want to vary my activities, sometimes you've got to do something that isn't as good. Woo! Here goes the last of my bronze. I definitely made profit, but was it actually worth it? Let's see. 47k? Not really. I think I doubled the money I spent, but I didn't spend much money to do it, so don't think I'll be doing that again, but I got a little bit of XP. I did some varied activities on the account to hopefully not get banned again. The other one will be unbanned tomorrow. I'm going to transfer the money to this one, as long as this one doesn't get banned. Let's find out what kind of money we're up to right now. Alright, we'll slow sell those, but that basically made me like 27k an hour, which is less GP than cutting normal trees. So we will go back to the classic flipping, chopping trees, having such a good time. Ooh, 40 woodcutting again. I got a clue, and it's still not worth doing. Wow. They've got this going on in free-to-play, and I'm the one getting banned for being a bot. Like, come on. Ugh. I just bought 125 steel plate body for 9 GP each? I can high elk them for 150k? I can't high elk yet, but those are definitely just gonna go in the bank. I have no idea why they're that cheap right now, but they are. Very weird. That was great timing. I'm eating bacon. First trade gets 100k. Got 100k. Woo! Worthless casket. Yup. Okay, the original account got unbanned and I was going to trade over the money that I had on there, but that's going to take another 8 hours and 3 minutes, which is very annoying. I've obviously chopped a lot of logs. I'm up to 48 woodcutting, which is the same as the original account was, except I've done way more quests and other things on this account, so I'm just going to stick with this one. I guess I'm just going to keep both of them logged in for a while to reach the restriction limit, so I can trade the money over, I can trade the items that were in the bank from when I was trying to flip and bought things I didn't know were restricted. I guess I just didn't realize how strict the restrictions were in free-to-play, but whatever. For now, I don't feel like chopping logs anymore. Well, for a little while anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to 6 crafting and make some gold necklaces. It's supposed to be decent money per hour, but there's only a small trade volume on them, so it'll be kind of an experiment to see if they actually sell, but they're profitable and it's crafting XP, so let's try it out. Here we go, that's Misthalin Mystery done for the crafting XP, so now we can start doing the necklaces. So this is going to be my home for a little while. I'm only doing 1,000 to start with, just because I want to know if it's even worth doing, if they're going to sell. I'm fine with slow selling them, but if it takes hours and hours to sell them, then it's not really worth it. But at the very least, we will get some crafting XP, which will be very useful for the future. It's quite quick. Well, it's not quick, but it's not too bad. So yeah, like 30 to 40 GP profit per necklace. Should be relatively quick money if they do sell, so I guess we'll find out. Well, it says it's trading way high, so if I slow sell those... We spent 125k, and they're gonna sell for 224, 100k profit on 1,000, if they sell, that is, but I'm gonna try again. We'll see if they sell, we'll do another 1,000. If they do sell, that's great. If they don't, it's crafting XP and I will lower the price. That 1,000, well, that first 1,000 got me to 34 crafting, which is pretty good, so I should get to at least 40 with this. Again, I don't know if they're going to sell, because I haven't even sold one of them so far. But even if I have to drop the price, there's a pretty big margin of profit, so it should be okay. Okay, they sold for 220 each, so I made a decent chunk of money on these. I guess I'm going to be doing this for a while. So while the main was making the main money, I decided it was a very main thing to do to have an alt, so I decided to stick the alternate main on some oak trees to AFK its way towards doing some yew trees later. I figured I already put in the work, and it might get another false ding for budding at some point, maybe, but at the very least I can use it to make our bond getting journey even faster, so why not get it done, right? That said, the main is doing bits right now, 672k in the bank, and 418k eventually in the GE, so we're over a mil on this account, we're over 600k on the alt main, kinda going crazy. Despite the slight ban setback we got. Yo, 50 crafting on the gold necklaces. Yo, that's 60 woodcutting on the alt. We could go and do yews now. I might just do them because they're... I don't know if they're more AFK. I don't know how long the trees last with forestry, but I came to Draenor. Got combat level so the wizards wouldn't attack me, so that I could get forestry events while I was doing stuff, and I've had a grand total of 1 since like 56 woodcutting, which is really annoying. I think they're less common on free-to-play, which I kind of hate, but technically I could do yews now. I might go and do them for a little while just to see how good they are. And at the same time, of course, we're still making gold necklaces on the actual main. We have a mil in cash, and 300, 400... We basically have like 1.6 mil on this account. 500 or 600k on the other one. We're doing really well. I basically have a baseline at this point to make a bunch of money, make a bond, and get out of free-to-play, at least on one of these accounts, so that I can make even more money in the real RuneScape. So, I think that's where I'm going to leave you for now. Next episode, if all goes well and I don't get false banned again, I should be able to make enough money for a bond. I have a very good baseline for GP. I have a very good baseline to train some other skills, to make even more GP. We'll get the all the free-to-play quests done on this account and get out of this hellhole. But that's for next time, so I'll see you there. You should like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It's very helpful. If you want to help me even more, you can hit that join button. You can get in on the members-only Discord. You can get videos a day or two early. And I would really appreciate it. Just like I appreciate all of these people. Thank you so much to my Gwemlin Supremes, Vintage Tops, Scrooge McDuck, Matty O, and Sino. Same goes to all of my Gwemlins and every single one of my supporters. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know I've been gone a little bit since I moved across the world, but we're settled. I had to stop playing the hardcore because of my internet, and I'm sorry about that, but we have some content coming. I have some plans for the channel. It's going to be good. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!